Hello everyone, I'm Kat and I'm going to be doing some monoprinting today. My wonderful husband is behind the camera. There's quite a few things involved in monoprinting. I've been watching a lot of different YouTube channels and trying to figure it out because it looks really, really cool. I'm starting with my slab. I'm not going to show you how to do that because if you're looking into monoprinting, you probably already know how to do a slab, but if you need any help with that, just message me below and I would be glad to show you. I do not have a slab roller. All I have is my wonderful rolling pin and some gauge slips of wood as the gauge. For monoprinting on clay, it's when you build up different colors like in multiple layers. I mean, I have one tray that I'll show you later that I have as many as 5 or 6 layers on it. I can start with putting in some texture. I have my little Garrity tool texture. And so I'm just going to do this. Then maybe some littler ones. And then I'm going to take slip that I made. And there's a previous video on me making my slip. I am using little one. I have newsprint that I got from Amazon, and the newsprint, whenever you paint on the newsprint with the slip and you put it on, the first thing you print is going to be the last thing seen. So you're going to start with the details you want on top first. So I'm painting on just little globs of blue here. Random blobs of blue. Okay, I just cut the paper into more manageable pieces because I don't like wasting things, so. A little more. The blue is so pretty on these. Just different. And then I'm going to take another paintbrush. I've got some yellow slip I made with Mason stain. Put little dots inside it. You can be as creative with this or as just as abstract. I've got some abstract things going on in here. These are kind of looking a little like flowers, sort of, kind of. The key is whenever you are wanting to to put it on your slab, it needs to look like it's suede. If it's too dry, it's not going to go onto the clay. So here's some just little dots and blues, and I'm going to put that on in a bit. Now I'm going to do I'm going to take a big some red with red Mason stains. Just stir that up a little bit. Just going to make just some different shapes. I know this looks random here, but it comes out really, really neat. I'm being hung up by my microphone. My husband's trying to save my life. Try to explain why I died on screen. And it wasn't his fault. He once saw me slam my head in a car door accidentally. So he knows that I can do things like that. Here's a little bit of red iron oxide just to, if I can get these bags open. Just so you can see what they look like close by. And we're going to set this one aside for a few seconds. You can see how it's starting to dry up though. I'm going to take another one. I have one more brush available. I'm going to take some, let's do some black and yellow ochre. Start with the yellow ochre because it's the lighter color. So when I wash my brush, and remember, the first thing you have on here is going to be the last thing you see on your slab. And while you're thinking about this, while you're doing this, this is a one-shot deal. So whenever you're done, you're done. Then you have to think, how am I going to take this slab and put it on the correct, your form that you're going to make. Are you going to do hand building with slabs without forms? Are you going to be, so this one slab, you have to look and say, how can I make the most use out of it? So, get a little bit of black. Just to get my layers going. So while I'm here, this first one is about ready. It looks like it's a little bit dry now. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on here. And normally, if I really think about it, I would probably do that one last because it's got such a little detail, but I'll show you what I'm going to do last. Taking my rib and just putting it across. Let's see how much comes up on this slab. The reveal. Random little blue dots. Now I'm going to take this. It's going to be in layers all over the place, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take my Garrity tool, and you'll see why I'm doing this. I'm not wanting all of my slip to come off. I'm going to use it again on another side. And over here, I'm going to put it back over here. And it'll have the negative impression of what I just took off of it. Some. Let's use the rib. Okay. And then we're going to put this over here. Okay, all right. We're going to pause for just a second, and I'm going to get some more papers made up. Okay, so you can see I put more blobs and circles and squares and lines, and now I'm going to set what's on here. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and roll over it to set it all in. And then we're going to do even more to it, which is craziness. Crazy. How much more are we going to do to this? This is not something you would sell for $5 at the local flea market because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it's a one-time deal. You can kind of make them alike, but they're never going to be the same. So you can see that some stuff picked up from here. So now I'm like almost monoprinting from clay onto paper. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is the really, 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 really cool part. I have started an addiction. I have started an addiction to stencils. I love stencils. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decide where to put these leaves. And I'm going to wash off one of my brushes so I can, let's do this one. I think I'm prepared, and I'm never prepared. Okay. You'll see why the brush is going to be here in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm going to put a leaf here and a leaf here. I'm going to take dried up slip. Oops, pause. Okay, back again. Had to find this. I just got this online from Amazon. It's just a little bitty strainer. I am going to take some dried clay slip and just put it in here. I'm just putting some different colors.
Not really showing.
Yeah, it will build up to it.
It's just dry clay.
It's just dried up slip. Yeah, I took it and put it on a.
I don't know what slip means.
Okay, slip is what I've been doing with this. I took this stuff and dried up and put it in a put it on a plaster and rolled it into circles. I'm just grabbing all different kinds of colors here so it can be different shades. You still have to have moisture in your clay to be up for it to absorb it. This is the top layer. So once again, some more layers in this. I'm just doing all different kinds of colors.
Glad I didn't throw those things away.
Yeah, me too. I'd have been really sad then. Had to make them all over again. My husband's OCD and I'm ADD. Together we make a great couple.
Yeah, if anybody wants to send Christmas presents, stencils.
Stencils. Lots and lots of stencils. Stencils of every kind. I even found some in the dollar store. Haven't used those yet. These are the stencils I used whenever I made the plates that I'm going to show you at the end so you can see what it turns out to be. Just different shades. Blending different shades together. Okay, then what you'll do is you're going to take your brush. I'm going to dry my brush a little bit, and you're going to make sure you get all of it inside. Because when you pick it up, it's going to smear a little bit. Fill it in. This is where the magic happens. Okay. Picking it up. And then you can see the stencils. So the next thing I'm going to do will be to put that paper back on it again. We want to set it into the clay. I'm not pressing hard. I'm not making my... Let me see.
Okay.
Is it recording now? Okay, having some technical difficulties. All right, so I am pulling back and we can see the imprint of the stencil. It just gives because of the colors I used. If I used like all red, it would show up more probably. I just wanted just a little hint of stencil. Now I'm going to put red here. Find my reds. Just grating it in. Great. I made these from like the red iron oxide, the mason stains, and you can even put underglaze on here. The underglaze will come out a bit darker. And I think what just occurred? I think the cameraman's almost done. Okay, this will be the last one of these that I do. Otherwise we could be here for 24 hours trying to do different stencils. I'm going to roll that one and then we'll come back and I'll show you the completed platters that I've made. Alrighty, we can pause. So we're going to have the big reveal now of what these can look like when they're completed. So I have this little tray and I've done a lot of the same things, like I've gone over the paper with the Garrity tool to make these, and there's a stencil. You can see that it has multiple layer upon layer upon layer. This one has like 3 layers in one little spot, and over here as well. Use the yellow slip. All I did was I formed it and then I put clear glaze over it, zinc free. And so there's this one. Here's one that I did a little stencil with a dragon in it. He's pretty cool. Once again, look at all the different layers with the details in it. I didn't put a foot on him. And then here's a platter that I did. You can see the leaves really well through this. This is a couple different layers. So this is a 2-part stencil. And so I've got this. So then another layer and another layer. So there's like 4 or 5 layers on that. There's a couple layers here. So these are multi-layered pieces and they look so cool. So from this blobby thing to this, pretty awesome. Now we have art. $52,000 for anyone that wants it.
You wish.
$52,000. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching and hope you learned something from this. I know I did.